mess it up. Oh, if it did, it did. I'm not gonna. Facebook. Okay. Go back here. I've got that right on down there. All right, and we're recording. So welcome one and all here to the fame or gold little arc that we've been running. And we have a couple of the returning players. We got a new player that will work on in to the storyline and such. And we should have some of the other players showing up a little bit later through it. So we'll work with our new player as far as that. And Dagger,
Yep.
introduce your character to those out on the internet there, and just a little quick, one paragraph or whatever to describe what you look like and such.
Sure. Yeah. So Dagger is a Tabaxi rogue, pretty classic rogue archetype. The criminal spy background. Basically, you've got a tall, dark-furred Tabaxi, classic type rogue attire. Quite handy with a blade. Um, More of a loner type character, tends to keep to himself, but when he gets involved into a group, he tends to be quite loyal to that group. So
All right, great, great. And our one of our other players, which is a unique species, is here. Their empty cup, which is a kenku. So you'll see how interesting this would be between a cat and a bird.
I didn't think about that.
As far as
Cat, dogs and cats living together. Oh my, what's world coming to?
that's right. As far as that, and I will let me share the screen here so Dagger has an idea of the layout of the city somewhat. Um, let's see here. I'll blow this. How far did I have to blow that up? That seemed to work all right, I think, last time. And I'll bring that right on up here. And spotlight. Yeah, right here. This right here is the city of DuLin, um, where everybody's kind of came on in as far as that. You were brought on up over here. You came on in, and let's see here. Where's right here, the Merchants Guild, right on over here. Cyrus, a grumpy, stoic dwarf, hired you up to assist the team that he had just brought on to find out what was going on with the caravans. What's been waylaying them, stealing their product, damage them, and why? As far as that, and you have the same deal that he gave the others as far as that, and he'll identify give you the identification of the ones that he figured you'd be a good fit for. That he'll say there's a real boisterous bard that's with him, and there's this crazy bird man, and there's this big fighter that walks around, and this crazy bard is always announcing the entrance and accolades of the fighter and through things, and he'll tell you that you have food and lodging that's provided, and he sends you down and gives you the directions to go on down this road right over here, and your lodging area is here, and the caravan uh, lodging, these tents here. And he told you that the characters that he hired there, he sent them to the blue tent over here, because some of the others were, the green one up here was totally full, and some of the others were fairly full, and he didn't know, because that's not his job. It's the housing administrator for the guild that's up there to take care of that, and he hadn't gotten the report back as far as that. This here is a multi-denominational temple with courtyard and garden and reflecting pool if so needed, as far as that. So what we'll do is I'll let you work it from this point right here up to the tent, and then we'll see where you take it from there and how we get you joined on up. Sound good?
Very good.
All righty. And you know, I forgot what time we said it was, because it was the next morning when you guys went to the temple, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So with everything going on, we'll say it's 8 o'clock for your time frame after seeing that, and for the bard doing what she was doing, as far as that. So yeah. All right, there we go. Go on, Dagger. It's your it's your barbecue. Starter up.
Okay, so let me just kind of recap here. So the caravan is already here. It's headed my way.
No, this is a there we go, delight. This is the caravan housing for the
Right.
lieutenant, for the commanders of the caravans, and that's where the guild has put you guys up. There's some that made it on through. Some were harassed and bothered and damaged. So they're, but right over here where the bouncing ball is where Cyrus said he directed uh, the 3 other members that he wants you to hook up with to grab their lodging in that tent.
Gotcha. So they're already in there. I'm headed there to meet them.
Well,
Is
you
my
don't know.
understanding it,
Well,
right?
you don't know if they are in there, but that's and neither does Cyrus. So that's why he's directing you there first, because that's the last point that he directed you.
Okay, got it. So I'll take a peek into the that's a blue tent, right? You got your cursor on.
Yep, and in the blue tent, you'll see that there's equal amounts of spaces that are in the blue tent that are separated by some painted rocks. They're about 4 foot wide, 7 foot long, and you may see, I think, a halberd is at the one space directly across from the entrance, where the entrance is right down here, going on in, which you would normally figure that someone took that space.
Gotcha.
It's stabbed into the ground like a flag or some sort of, it's like when a person hangs their jacket on a
Gotcha.
seat.
Yeah, basically saying they got dibs on it. Yeah.
Dibs.
Gotcha. Okay, and so nobody's actually in the tent though.
Not that you see.
Not that I can see. Okay.
Let
Well.
me put it that way, so it's cryptic.
Okay, got it. Well, let me kind of head into the tent and kind of go towards one of the what seem to be unclaimed bunks, I suppose.
Okay, and you'll have no problem claiming one of those bunks or pallets that are there.
Okay.
not
Great.
knowing how your tabaxi likes to sleep, whether it's on a big pillow or in a hammock or
Just kind of scrunch the blanket together into a big ball kind of
Yeah.
thing, Okay. Well, then at that point, I guess since I can't see anything, I mean, can I make a perception check to the room then?
you can, yeah, you can if you want to, but to be honest, it's not necessary. They're not
Nothing.
there.
Okay. All right, then I will kind of put down I guess the bulk of my things there, claim a bunk, and then we'll leave the tent and I guess start kind of checking from tent to tent, looking for the people I'm supposed to be meeting up with. So I guess I'll head to.
As you go out the tent, down here, you'll see this goblin that seems to be cooking on a big pot in a fire. And there's a strange apparatus he has that has a bunch of like partridge squeezed in it and turning around over the fire, basically being roasted. As far as that, like he's getting set up for maybe the lunch responsibility that he has. So you will see that. You'll see some light morning traffic going, and you'll hear some chants, or what would you call it? Not dirges, but
Prayers, meditations,
prayers, meditation
song,
coming
Hymns.
over in this way.
ooh, hymns. I like that.
Hymns,
Yeah,
yeah.
whole nine. You'll hear the whole 9 yards of that coming off in this direction. But you're right here. I'll leave you to your devices.
Okay, and remind me, am I aware of the physical appearance of the people I'm supposed to be meeting up with?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
generalized. You do know the one's a bird, the other is a tiefling, boisterous bard, and the other is a fighter.
Boisterous.
Well,
Boisterous. Boisterous
You
bard.
want me to
Yes.
say loud, obnoxious?
Yeah, he was trying to say it gently.
Oh no.
I think I got the idea. All right, so I'd like. Good.
No, I said, yep.
Okay. I'd like to approach the goblin, and I say to him, "Good morning, friend goblin. How are you today?" You said goblin.
Back in a minute, all right.
Yeah, he's he's down there. He's a goblin, and he'll say, "It's not ready. Come back in a few hours."
I say,
You're late. You're late. You're late.
I say
Go get your
that's
clothes.
okay. I'm not looking for food. I was wondering if you'd seen a couple people that I'm looking for. Maybe you can point me in the right direction.
And he'll all right, let's see here. All right, I'll run the chat, bring that up over here. Okay, he'll say, yeah, they were here, they got their breakfast. I think they went up to, maybe for morning prayers. I don't know. The one looked a little pious, the other one looked a little well, we'll say harmony bound.
Understood. I appreciate the information, Goblin. Have a great day.
All right.
Bid him farewell, and I do make my way northward towards where I heard the hymns coming from.
All right. And yeah, you come in there, and then there's a simple stoop to go on in, and you'll see off to your right a great big huge cathedral vaulted ceiling, very grandiose. As far as that, the stone very very ornate, and has several deity depictions around it and such. And there's a large crowd that's there, and towards the back you'll see this one tiefling female kind of sitting there, as far as that. And off to your left you'll hear a ruckus, coming from down the hall, uh, which sounds to be like a young teenager human voice and a adult human voice, and kind of very excited and confused, asking where they are, what happened, but in that type of atmosphere there. Over in the larger chapel, you have people that are looking to their left, their right, up and down, almost like they're looking for something or possibly maybe heard something.
Got it. Well, let's see. Knowing that I am looking for a tiefling, and assuming that they're not terribly common in this, as in they are in like most areas, not terribly common. So I'm going to approach the tiefling that I see.
Okay.
And am I aware of their names?
No, Cyrus did not give you their names.
Okay. As I get close, I know it's a female tiefling I'm looking for, right?
Yes.
Am I seeing a female tiefling?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm going to approach that female tiefling and kind of introduce myself and find out if this is the person I'm supposed to be meeting. So, hello there.
Let's see. Delight had to step away for a minute there.
Oh, no worries.
Said he'd be back in about 5, and that was a couple minutes ago. So
That's okay. Yeah, I guess for my own work, I just wanted to make sure that I was finding the right people.
all right. And what we'll do from there is we'll jump on down to down the hall into the room where Brand and Empty Cup saw this ritual going on and saw the elder fall to down to his knees, exhausted, and the father and the son awakening from this zombie-like daze that was there, that had them befuddled, confused, feeble-minded of a sort, insane, almost one might think.
So basically, after the ritual, we had done a little bit of questioning.
Yep.
I think that we had found out pretty much what we were going to find out here. And the plan was to gather the group and eventually head back towards the door. So we would be coming down the hallway, probably behind the father and son.
All right. And the father and son would be headed that way because they want to check on their caravan and their profit, if any.
And it looks like there's a cat trying to talk to Delilah.
Yeah, there's a rather, do I want to say insidious? No, not really. Strange, different looking cat. It's not like the cats that you see running around in certain parts of town, stray, looking for a saucer of milk. This one's big and standing on its hind legs and articulating.
I've heard of these cats. They're called dire cats. No,
Are they dangerous, Cup?
no.
All right.
I'll say, what ho? Are you disturbing our friend?
Oh, no, quite the opposite. I believe I've been sent to meet you. Yep, there's the bird. Oh, I apologize. What was the guy's name? He sent me to meet him.
Cyrus.
Cyrus, yep. Cyrus sent me to meet up with you guys. Said I could be of help.
Oh, my name is Bran. Do you have a name?
Hey, Bran. Yeah, they call me Dagger.
Dagger.
Quite obvious reasons.
My friend here is Mr. Cup.
Nice to
I
meet you.
nod, and then when I motion to myself with my feathered hand, taloned hand. Anyway, I make the sound of a cup being poured out,
Intriguing.
just like mimicry of it.
Gotcha. Okay. That's
Cool.
fascinating. Fascinating.
Cool. Ah,
And Delight
Oh.
is back.
yes. The annoying bard. as you say. All right. So before you see a slender sort of person with white hair, with their skin tone is very purple, very bright purple, and they carry a lute. They have short white hair, and they have yellow eyes, and they speak very softly towards you and say, "Hello, I am Delight. I bring many delights to people who wish to listen to the songs of the minstrel. And no doubt you have met the brave and noble man, Brian, our mighty champion, our mighty hero of the realms."
Bran is kind of looking down, almost embarrassed.
Oh, do not be embarrassed, my good sir. This man, look at him. He has great chiseled chin and flowing white hair, or blonde hair, or whatever hair you have. But yes, as you can see, he is a man of great prowess and mightiness.
I,
He will make any woman weaker at the knees.
I squint my eyes and I look at Mr. Cup and I say, "Is she okay?"
Cup looks at you like you're surprised that you're talking to them, and seems to consider that for a moment, and then says, in kind of an old man's voice, says, "That is what she is like, yes." Sorry.
You can refer to me as they or them, for I am a demon, a tiefling.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, nice to meet you, Tiefling. Delightful Tiefling.
Yes, I am a delightful tiefling.
Oh.
Bran says, "Don't encourage her, okay?"
Oh yeah, we have strict orders from from a mighty little man, a dwarf, to investigate something. I cannot remember what.
Hey, how do I do the picture thing like you guys have? I want to do that.
In the lower left-hand corner next to the mute button, there's a little arrow. If you left-click it and left-click on audio settings when the menu comes up, it'll give you a whole new window. And then if you go to profile on the left side of that window, you'll see a picture. Then when you left-click on that picture, you can change the picture.
Let's see here.
So the 3 or 4 step process to do that. Yes.
This is what Dagger looks like.
Yep. And just to be clear, Dagger is carrying sheathed daggers openly, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see what weapon I'm carrying openly.
Um,
Darts, I guess, is what I'm carrying openly.
I'm just carrying my loot and a bow and a bow and a rape and my favorite weapon of choice, a rapier, because I like to dabble in the dark arts.
Oh, man.
The bird says martial arts. Also,
fantastic. Dagger has actually has a rapier and a short sword and a few daggers actually.
A nice rapier.
I feel like your name needs to be extended. Is your middle name Rapier and Short Sword also?
It's kind of a hybrid of those words. Yeah, a little bit.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, yeah.
A couple apostrophes.
Yeah, just like a whole lot of hyphens.
Well then, little cat, meow, meow, meow. Shall I get you a nice bowl of milk and a nice kitnip?
Is it patronizing me?
I don't know. You guys take it as you see it.
I do
Perhaps.
like milk.
You know, I mean, it's a terrible thing. I do like those things, but I can't tell if you're being serious or facetious about it.
Exactly. So what my character will do is, in the voice of Cyrus, I will repeat what he said to us about what the job was.
Yeah.
In that we are to investigate a caravan that had been attacked from point A to this point, which is point B, and figure out what was going on with them and what to do about it and all that, and then report back.
Very
Also,
well.
the fact that we're getting paid monthly and given residents at the travelers' tents and stuff.
It's not as much as I had hoped, but it's right now it's better than what we had before. Come, let us walk. We need to go back to Cyrus anyway,
Okay.
and we can kind of catch you up on what we have found.
Sounds good.
Tell me, Dagger, as I am a fighter, and you've heard Delilah that can dabbles in the dark arts. Ooh. and of course, there's a little bit of sarcasm coming out of Brands when he says that, but he goes on. And Mr. Cup says that he can fight. What skills might you lend to our group?
I'm about as visible as a shadow. So I can be extremely stealthy. I can be
A scout, then.
yeah. I guess you can call it an operator position.
Yeah.
Very well.
Ah.
So far, what we have found is that the clans have been attacked by what appears to be lizards or lizard men. Generally speaking, they are attacked on the second day out on caravan. There appears to be a high-level spellcaster with them that shot some kind of a black ray that made the father and the son forgetful or feeble-minded. The other interesting thing, and what we're looking into right now, is that apparently they throw these jars of green goo that are sort of acidic They apparently eat flesh, and they grow in size. They need to be burned off, is what we've been told.
Okay.
Did you get that, Dagger?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was responding to your message. No, I apologize. One more time.
They were, yeah, go ahead.
Basically, well, we discovered that lizardmen are attacking. They have a high-level spellcaster with them, and they are using this green goo as missile weapons.
Got it.
Long story short.
Got it.
We were going to go back to Cyrus and ask him if he, by chance, if he might know what this green stuff is.
Well, he didn't mention it to me, so it's the first I've heard of it.
Well, I don't even know if he's aware of it. We're just trying to be thorough in our investigation.
Got it. Plan.
My character will actually, as we are walking over there, will mention what they know about this green goo, which was essentially that there's this moving slime stuff that can burn someone's skin.
Like bring it.
So
Okay.
that's seems like a likely culprit or possibility, considering it both moved once people were hit by it and or hurt them.
The slime itself was moving.
Yeah, it was like growing on them or something.
Okay. Got it. That's intriguing.
Actually, and probably the way my character does that is I replicate the person's voice for what they said about the goo. So there's like some other person's voice when I mentioned that, and I kind of repeat some of the story there, which is essentially they were throwing these glass jars that would shatter up on people, and then it would start eating them, and would actually eat their own guys as well.
So indiscriminately.
Yeah, it seemed to be attacking people who were weak or dead or something, or nearby. But
Interesting. Well,
Out of character, since we're relatively low level, I've never heard of this stuff.
Yep.
yeah.
But
yeah, I rolled a check last
yeah,
session,
I
and
was gonna
I
say,
was just
actually-
repeating what was described to us by the
Yes.
caravan people.
Empty Cup actually
Perfect.
found out about it with was it Arcana or Nature?
I think it was nature.
As far as that, for what he could recall.
Right, I read in a book or something.
Yep.
On the walk back, I kind of approach Cup, and I say, "I'm curious. Can you fly?"
Cup seems to balk for a moment and stare at you, like actually stops walking and stares at you for a moment. Just this blank bird stare, blinks with that weird, like clear blinking that birds do, and then says, "If you try to change it, you'll ruin it. Try to hold it, and you will lose it. Birds fly."
And so do the bees. Put them together, and what mess you'll make, indeed.
I kind of make a motion to what Delight has just said and kind of nod and go along with it before continuing walking.
Very well. Good to know.
Oh
Like,
yes, you do not wish.
sure.
You do not wish to mix the birds and the bees, for it can turn out to be a horrible mess indeed. It is true.
As we're walking, I turn to Bran and I say, one speaks at great length and one barely speaks. I think I'll speak to you.
Yes, you got it. You got it all in nose.
From what I can
It
see, Mr. Cup is actually mimicking people's talk. Is from what I've noticed.
So he maybe doesn't have his own voice per se.
Per se.
I say in an old man's voice, I say, "This is the voice of my mentor at my temple."
It's interesting. I've never met either his species or your species before today, or before yesterday in some cases.
Oh, and you have met mine?
I've met tieflings before, yes.
Oh, I bet.
None of them quite as fetching as you, though.
Oh no!
Oh, flattery will get you everywhere. Good night. Perhaps I shall show you the ways of the Tiflin tongue.
Huh.
Well, she's nothing like the tiefling that I met. It was a man.
Yeah, the last tiefling I met was trying to kill me.
But I am a friendly Tiflin.
Indeed. Let us go see Cyrus.
Indeed.
I point at the door that we're now standing in front of after that all that talking.
Okay.
Alrighty. And yeah, so let's see here. Get us back to that. And yeah. All right. As you're coming on out here, we'll say it's getting about 9:45 from all this banter and like that. You heard a couple shh from the large chapel with this talk that was that was going on there, and that young acolyte that greeted you as you came on in kind of quietly comes up and says, "Come on, out, 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 if you gotta talk, out, out, out." And so that's what the clergy of this temple is doing with y'all. As far as that, if you want to interact with him or the situation, feel free.
I think we headed down to where Cyrus was.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you'll go on down as you're going through. Well, let's put it this way: you come on out. Which way do you go? Are you going the way you know, or are you going to try to find another?
I would go the way that I know. I don't know about other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure as far as that. All right. So you come on down here, and you'll see the goblin hard at work over there. You'll see a couple people moving about the other tents and stuff. Give me a constitution, all of you. Give me a constitution saving throw.
Let's see.
10 for me.
Okay.
12 for me.
I've got 20, not natural.
Okay.
I got a 7.
All right.
Oh no.
The light, as she comes on down and close to where the goblin is there, she really doesn't like the smell, but the rest of you really enjoy the aroma coming off of the fire where he's cooking what appears to be the midday meal and such. And he looks back and he brings up his spoon, a wooden spoon, and he says, back, you can't have the family secret.
I'm gonna sort of sit backwards a bit, like behind everyone, and like I'm gonna use I want to roll a sleight of hand first.
On doing what?
Basically, I want to cast a spell, but what about anyone knowing? So would that be sleight of hand or still?
Does it have a semantic component?
All it is basically all I got to do is point my finger at it, like at him. That has a copper brass. Basically, I have my hand is bare, but one of my fingers has like a copper piece around it, and basically it's my whisper spell. Basically, what is it?
Message.
My message spell. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all. Basically, I don't need to move my lips.
Anybody have passive perception 15 or greater?
I do.
12.
16.
All right. Roll your go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
All right, cool. Sleight of
Give
hand.
you that.
All right, cool. So I get a +4 on this. Yay. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21.
All right. You successfully feel that you were pretty not inconspicuous on doing what you're attempting to do. Now,
And I'm gonna message the goblin.
Okay.
And I'm going to say to the goblin, "Oh, your mother is so proud of you. Oh," make him feel like that he's keeping a good secret away from all those who want to take it away from him. Like, pretend like it's his mother's voice, like from the dead, like speaking to him, like saying, "Oh, your mother is so proud of you. She's overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed with your with the fact that you have kept the family secret."
What language are you whispering this in?
I am whispering in Goblin.
Nice.
Oh, you speak Goblin?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna see the Goblin kind of blow his chest up a little bit, and a queer smile out of the side of his mouth, and go back to his cooking.
Okay.
As far as that. All right. And you guys it's just light morning, a little later morning traffic that you're seeing around as you go down the road here. As far as that, and you get into the Merchants Guild, and there's nobody there in front of you. Almost like either you're late or you're early. You figure you don't know which one, but at this juncture, it's up to you whether or not it matters.
So you're saying that Cyrus is not there?
No, I'm saying you don't have that line in front of you like there was last time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You still see the same counter in the back and the same desk set up over there where Cyrus sits.
Is he there?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Go ahead and approach him.
Why are you here? Why aren't you out there earning my money?
We're here to report, and
you found it. Oh, I knew I was a wise one for getting you guys on board.
No. You asked us to find information about the attackers.
Yep.
And so what we have found out is that they are probably lizards or lizard men. They have a high-level spellcaster with them
Ooh.
who's able to cast some kind of a dark ray that messed with the caravan and his son's minds. I heard one priest say the word feeble mind. Generally, they attack on the second day. And also, we had a question for you. Have you ever heard of green slime or green goo?
Why?
Well, apparently this group throws these vials or jars of this green substance, and it eats flesh, and it has to be burned away. Mr. Cup here says that he thinks that it might be green slime, but we're not sure.
Ah. Well, bring back some. We'll be able to find out now. We've heard strange tales, but that's something more for the wizards. The ponder on up in their lofty little, less than profitable tower.
Okay. Is there any caravans that are going to be going out, or do you wish us to go down the road and investigate ourselves?
Well, that's up to you. We pay you by the month, but hold on there. Let me check my paperwork to see what ones we're supposed to have coming on in, and if we have any that are overdue. And he'll be flipping through papers and such, and he'll say, "Huh, you didn't happen to see up in the caravan holding area there, the lodging area, a group of gnomes, did you?"
I don't think so. I remember you said there was a bunch of guys chanting, there was a bunch of humans, but I don't remember any gnomes. What about you, Delilah or Cup?
Simply shake my head. No.
No, there was no
Wow.
none of these individuals that you speak of.
Doesn't ring a bell.
There's a caravan that's from the rock gnomes that we've been waiting for some ore to come in, special ore, and they're overdue. I expected them in last night.
Any survivors?
I don't know. You tell me. They were overdue. I don't know what happened to them.
So it sounds like we may need to go out down the trade road and see if they've been ambushed.
Well, that'd be a start. Yeah. That'll work out just fine.
Did we inquire as to what their route was?
Yeah, you can. And let me get out of. We don't need this anymore there at the moment.
I actually respond to that using the voices of one of the people that Bran had spoken to yesterday. There's only that saying there's only one road between this side of town to the city over there. There's not multiple.
And let's see here. Boom.
There are branches off, but none of them would lead here.
And let's see here. Annotate. bring that on up over here. And he'll pull out, Cyrus will pull out a map off this strange looking, it doesn't look quite like paper, but it doesn't look like a skin. It's of a material that's kind of someplace in between. You can't really make on out. And he'll go ahead, and what he'll do is he'll say, well, they were supposed to come from Zelhen. And on the map, he's going to point his finger up,
Well, that's the north side.
up over here.
Where are we?
You're down
DuLin.
here, DuLin.
Okay. Does the road go through the forest or around the forest?
There's only really a path. There's not a real road, developed road. There's caravan paths or routes that they different people take from Zelhen to get down here. As far as that, but he'll Cyrus rub his beard, kind of pull on it and twist it a bit, and he'll say, they may have come into some troubles.
Yes.
Up here, just as they, because generally the caravan, he'll say, generally the main caravan routes come down and skirt out around most of Darkhaven Forest. But when they get up about here, he'll point, then they're forced to kind of go through part of it. And we figure that possibly, maybe that's where some of the bandits or activity is coming from, because we lose signs up around the Darkhaven Forest sometimes of caravans. Some of our more experienced trackers, they'll track them from Zelhan, and they get about that far, and they kind of have lost sign and smell and such.
Well, my friend, we have a great tracker indeed with us. As you can see, look at him. He is known as Dagger, as a swift and a delicate cat. Oh, look at him. Look at his fur. Doesn't it not glisten in the moonlight? And look at his eyes. They pierce into any woman or man's soul. And his nose can pick up any scent that a monster might leave.
Cyrus will arch back on his bench that he's sitting on and put his head up towards the ceiling, and he's going to roll his eyes. I mean, it is so blatant. The only way you're going to miss it is if you ever rolled a one. And yeah, it's like, yeah, okay. We do got work around here. I got profits to count and losses to make up, and I'm counting on you guys to make up.
Well, this angelic feline is not part of our contract, but perhaps you can make him part of the contract so that he can help us with our tracking and our.
And Cyrus is going to shut you down as you start going down that track. And he says, he's already under contract, and I pointed him your way.
Good thing.
Mr. Cyrus.
Yes.
I would like to borrow maybe a cart and a draft horse.
And he'll say, what's the purpose?
Well, the purpose is, number one, it'll help us travel a little faster. And number two, if we actually find something to bring back, then we'll have something to bring it back in.
And you'll see Cyrus's eyes talking back and forth, just like he's weighing scales of risk to profit, one might think. And he'll say, all right, I'll have one for you. As far as that, down in the down at the by the soldier barracks, down there in as the road that you came in, there'll be one there. I'll make sure that they know to have it waiting for you.
Much gratitude.
Any damage to the horse or the cart comes out of your monthly salary.
You're sending us into a combat zone, and you tell us not to damage your goods, huh?
Hey, they're precious to us. This little penny pinching dwarf would be telling you.
She says, really now? That is not part of the contract. Damaging goods is not part of our agreement.
You're and as you go down that route, he'll say, you know what? You're right, ma'am. It wasn't part of your contract, just like not having us supply you with those memes was part of the contract. So
I try to cut him off before he changes his mind, and I say, we'll do our best.
Yeah.
all right, give me a persuasion.
Okay.
check.
Alright.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Well, what's my persuasion bonus?
Can I assist?
You can get you can give them advantage.
Yeah, I'll give you one.
Well, it's a 17 plus 1, so it's an 18 on persuasion.
All right, let's see here.
I was just checking my bonus there.
Ooh, Cyrus rolled pretty good too. So, what was the final that you got? It was at 18.
Yeah. I rolled a 17. My persuasion bonus is a plus 1.
Oh, okay. And Cyrus, you're seeing he's having a hard time. Like it is almost like he wants to say, "Okay, great, you gave me the opening for more profit." As far as that, and then he just says, "Yes, I'll send that, and we'll let you go with that. Just remember, damage comes out of pay if." And he'll put just that if out there and let it linger.
Let us go, my friends.
That's fair enough. And yeah, I usher everyone out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually interesting because a couple looks like he's thinking about something and he kind of rushes. He says, I'll meet you at the gate. And then he rushes out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll follow.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
ultimately,
So if you start to follow my character, he's not going towards the gate. He's running towards the tents.
All right.
Back the way we came.
and ultimately, I need to go to the tents anyway to collect my excess gear.
Yep.
But I am going to say to it would be to Delight and to Dagger that if we need anything, if you guys need anything while we're here, now's the time to get it.
That's fair. Is there an armory or anything here in the?
Oh, this is a fairly well done town. It is a port town, both sea and river.
So what are you in need of?
Nah, actually, you know what? Probably nothing. We'll be good at least for this first venture.
The only thing I require. Let me.
Other than a silk pillow?
Oh, a silk pillow. Oh, that would be lovely. I wouldn't mind a silk pillow from a nobleman of your great stature.
I'll
You
fill
can
it with,
probably.
I'll fill it
You
with
could
hay.
probably. Fill it with hay, huh? That sounds nice indeed. Oh, we are not even got into first base, and you're already asking me to lay down for you. Oh my!
Behave
Such a,
yourself, Delilah.
such a man of great prestige.
Stop giving
yeah.
your reasons.
I should take. I'm very good with simple weapons and I'm very good with longswords as well. So I got rapier on me, but yeah, that is fine.
So, like I said, ultimately, I'm heading back towards the tent to collect my gear.
All right, no problem.
I just collect my rapier and my bag
All right,
of
no problem.
goodies.
Yeah, same thing. I pick up my miscellaneous things that I left behind as well.
Okay, too easy. You accomplish that, and as you go on by, the smell of the food is still endearing to most of you, but yet not so
It's
much.
probably about lunchtime, isn't it?
It's getting close to it.
Yeah, let's grab some grub before we hit the road.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
All right. He'll serve you up a
Does he still look proud and quite pleased with his accomplishments?
No, he seems to be studied and rushing about, very focused on his task. You see that he has like this brush that he's hitting some of the partridge with that's been in that fancy machine roasted. But he'll pull off a partridge for each of you, and he'll serve you up a bowl of lentil soup.
Another one of your mum's recipes, yes?
No, Mom was a bad cook. Papa, Dad was the cook in the family.
I see. How interesting, indeed.
You know what's interesting is I swore I heard her voice talking to me earlier.
Perhaps the gods have blessed you.
I don't know. I think they may have cursed me.
Oh, maybe so. You better start praying. You better go to the temples and start praying for this curse to be lifted.
Well, we'll see in time. Right now I'm busy, and Cyrus don't give much off time.
That is a shame.
So, ultimately, when we're done, I'm going to head over towards the gatehouse.
Yep, no problem. By the time you get down to where the barracks, the gate, and the bailey is there, that the horse, the one workhorse and one wagon is sitting there. And let's see here.
Do I see Cup lingering around?
No,
Yeah, probably not.
I'm just, well, give me a perception. You guys can give me perception checks at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, you said?
Yes.
I rolled 2 15s in a row.
All right.
Perception, that's going to be with disadvantage, an 11.
Okay.
That's 17 total.
All right. You'll.
I got a 13.
Okay. Bran, you will you notice that Cyrus seemed to grab his or her stuff and
You mean cup, but yeah.
fly on out of the tent towards the bridge.
The bridge out of town?
Let me yeah, I'll drop this.
Or the bridge close to the tents?
The bridge close to the tents.
Okay. I don't know why he's acting so strange, but he said to meet him at the gatehouse.
Bird's weird.
But
I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you noticed our whole group is weird.
the other two didn't notice, but if you share, then that's a different matter.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that, but you see Cyrus empty cup going off that way,
Okay.
and you would know that it's pretty much the direction that
Yes.
you should be going.
Right.
All right. Come here. Right. There we are. All right. And
Yep.
you'll get down there, and like I said, there's a workhorse there, and there's a small wagon. The workhorse looks a little thin, and the wagon looks a little rickety. Bill looks stout enough, both of them, but I mean, you may have seen better in other towns and possibly further into this town.
I'm going to make sure that the horse is properly hitched.
Oh yeah, it's hitched up nice and solid.
And yeah, this I'm not liking this dwarf the way he treats his animals. Still no cup?
It's a good question, Charles.
Yeah, empty cup. You were going over down to where Cyrus was, so you would have been there first, but that's what you would have saw.
Okay.
If there's you have time to do something before they really can get up on top of you.
Okay. Yeah.
In that sense, and but they'd be within, they'd be within eye shot of you and you of them.
Sure. Yeah. Because what Cup is going to do is he's going to head into the shop where Cyrus was.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming he's still there.
No, he's not.
And I make the sound of a person who's annoyed.
Okay.
Bah! Bah! And I just kind of look around. Is there a person at the desk he was at?
No. And you'll notice that that box, the chest that he kept the contracts in, is not there.
Okay.
It's almost like he stepped on out.
Right.
Very simple.
Is there a way to get around the counter without jumping over it?
No.
Okay, then I jump over it.
Okay.
You want me to roll a check for that, or
No, that's,
all right?
it's not that difficult.
I take the halberd that I'm currently carrying,
Okay.
and I just lean it in the corner of that, and then jump back over.
Okay. All right. Done.
And so, yeah, I guess I'll probably get to the gates before they do. Then,
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You'll see him as you're going on down. You'll see Cyrus by the wagon and horse,
oh, okay.
and you guys would see Empty Cup by coming up to the wagon and the horse and Cyrus. You're all of maybe 60 feet behind them.
Ah, there you are, Empty Cup. We were worried about you. We thought that you were something bad happened to you.
What happened to that saying, the early bird, something or another? I don't remember.
The early bird catches the worm, maybe. That's what you were looking for.
We'll go with that. The bard's right.
Yeah.
Empty Cup's response is, nature never rushes, yet everything gets accomplished.
All right.
I let out a grunt and roll my eyes.
Exactly. When I see Cyrus, I will say to him, I'll say, I have left a weapon behind your desk for the duration we are borrowing your wagon.
Oh, and he'll say, okay, well, it might make a down payment if something happens to it. Who knows? Just be careful with it.
I didn't need it, and it is worth something, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure it's worth something. A piece of bread or something,
Out of character, because my character might know this, but also might not. It's 25 gold pieces for halberd.
Yep. And he's a cheap ass bastard.
Yep. Or maybe bread's just really expensive here. Who knows?
No,
Who's
no.
thinking
it's
of the
just that
nicest bread?
He's trying, not like any good merchant, not trying to give away his
Oh, for sure.
thicker position.
But yeah.
But that's
Empty Cup
that's
gives
what's
him a collateral, as it were.
Yeah, that's what's going on there. It's not that he's displeased with it. He's just trying not to make you feel like you gave him a great wealth, even though he may be scheming how he could make 30 gold off it.
Sure, yeah. It doesn't matter to Cup one way or the other.
No,
but
I'm
it
just
was
saying,
like, I can get rid of this thing, and it's this thing called collateral exists.
Yeah,
therefore,
that's Cyrus's mindset.
Yeah. But Cup just kind of hops onto the wagon since Bran looks like he's hitching the horse, and says, I don't have much experience riding one of these things, do you?
Yes, I was cavalry.
Oh, so quite a bit then.
I'm familiar with horses, and they have mistreated this poor animal.
This is and Cyrus, I hear that, and he'll say, this is the finest one that the private could find me.
If this is your finest animal, heaven forbids that the city is ever attacked.
Why? We have strong men. Don't you remember the two guards as you came on in? Were they not fearful for you?
The little halfling that dropped his halberd, that one?
Ah, such things.
Go count your money. You'll be much happier.
I wish to do another. I wish to do a whisper to him. Do a spell of a message. All right. Do you want me to do a sleight of hand again?
depending on what you're trying to accomplish.
All right. I want to accomplish.
Are you trying not to be seen?
Yes.
Okay. And you're in this plaza. There's guards around on the walls and moving about. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Okay. I'm gonna spend inspiration to give myself advantage to make it a normal roll,
Okay.
and I'm going to inspire myself because I can, because I'm a bard.
Explain to me how you're inspiring yourself without
Because-
drawing attention to yourself.
I really want to tell him a good porky pie. I want to tell him a good lie and deceive him, and I really want to make him rethink about his guards and that's what I want to do.
Seems good. How are you inspiring yourself?
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, how are you inspiring yourself? That's what
That's what I just said. Basically, I want to. That's I want to tell a lie.
You're like hyping yourself up in your head.
Yes. Hyping myself up.
okay. And
Talking, so I got 15 plus my D6. Hang on, D6. Hang on.
It does
15, 16, 17, 18.
it doesn't matter what you got there.
Hang on. I got to tell you what I got.
And like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to feed you the other side of it.
All right.
Okay. Don't be disheartened. You were successful. It's
Okay.
only that you feel a familiar hum in the back of your head. Like, daughter. As far as that, go ahead with your message. But
All right.
you
So
do have that inside your head that's going on.
All right. So I'll say to this. I'll say from what I heard, the general of the guards is having an alliance with the orc race and wants to inbreed and make more mightier men than you and take over your luscious coinage. And that is my lie, and I wish to spread.
All right, I'm looking here to see just how far you can go with this, or that I'll let you go with it. Let's put it that way. It's really not. It's well within the realm of. But okay, you send that message, and
Okay. Basically, I want to send it to someone like someone who is important in this room, or someone
you're out in the Bailey.
Yeah.
With,
All right.
With the horse and the wagon and Cyrus. I was taking it for granted that you were.
Yes. Send
doing
it
that
to
to
him.
Cyrus.
Yes, I sent it to Cyrus. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a little whisper, like someone's whispering to him, like someone he might, someone like not my voice, but a different voice, type thing, like something idyllic, and sort of say, I heard that the captain of the guards, or whatever you call them in this day in D&D, is like he has a mission to inbreed with the orcs and wants to create a great alliance with them. It's like, like a little filthy lie.
Yeah. Okay. Give me what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is a 10.
Okay. And Cyrus seems to be going about his business
Mhm.
and such. There's no outward physical indication that anything happened. However, you feel like it was successful
Nice.
as far as that. So there you go.
So, with everyone in the cart, Brand's going to start get things moving along.
All right.
In the car I go.
All right.
Yep, that's my character.
Let's see here. All right. So we're going to be right on down here. And which way you headed?
It would be north, I'm thinking.
Okay. No, I just, is it north or is it northwest, northeast?
It looks like pretty much north
All
with
right.
just a little bit of east.
All right. We'll say,
Is there a road? Is there a path?
I'm drawing you up the path right now
Okay, yeah. So we'll just
that
follow
you
the path.
guys are taking. Here's the first day. You're out on the grasslands that you're traveling across. The horse is eating that tall grass as it's going. You're kind of having to nudge it along. It's seeing the free meal, chewing on it, and it's pretty quiet. And it's about nightfall. Are you guys gonna make camp or keep going?
Yeah, we should probably make camp.
So,
What do you guys?
Sure, yeah.
Jagger will reluctantly agree.
Okay.
as we make camp and like gather the firewoods or whatever, I start to string the chords of my lute and play the songs of rest.
Give me a performance check.
Cool. Hopefully I might do good. Damn it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15.
All right. Seems adequate. It seems like you're doing what you think is up to your standard. As far as you hear these melodies coming about from your camp and such. What's the rest of you doing?
So ultimately, once we get the camp set up and maybe get a little bit of grub, and Delilah's playing her lute,
Yep.
Bran is going to be messing around with a puzzle box that he has.
Okay.
Oh, a puzzle box. From what I have heard, it opens the gateway to hell. And a nasty man comes out of it saying, "I come to suck your soul." I would suggest not to play with that thing.
Bran looks at you and says, "I've had this for years. What are you talking about?"
Oh, have you not heard? Have you not heard the stories of the Cenobite? The Cenobites.
No, I have not.
Oh, they are the greatest hellish creatures. Not angels, not demons. They are beings beyond these realms. Oh, my kind have seen these Cenobites. One of them calls themselves the Hell Priest or the Pinhead. So be careful if you are playing with boxes. You never know if you'll be dragged to hell.
Dagger stops filing his claws, sharpening his claws rather, and says, "The bard's full of it."
Really, I didn't notice.
At which point Cup says, unless Bran is this person that the delight speaks of.
He's no hell priest. If he was, he would have already raped us and gashed us with his chains of death.
Well, me and Dagger, at least.
I don't know about that. But,
The picture that I put on the line is not the picture. It's not the box that I'm holding. The box that I'm holding actually looks more like a Rubik's cube, sort of.
okay.
But
Even worse.
Even worse, exactly.
But with all this talk of it, Bran will put it away, stand up, and say, "Okay, we need to discuss watch."
A watch? What is a watch? All I know is a sundial.
She chuckles.
Actually, yeah. Umpteen Cup makes the sound of badumch. And then,
Now the bird's in on it.
and then I also want to clarify something. While we're making up camp, emptying cups portion of it is getting the food ready. So setting up the fire so that it burns, and then cooking for everybody. But yeah, when Watch is brought up, he's listening.
So, Dagger volunteers to take first watch because at this point he's unentertained. He's longing for action.
I shall take the evening watch, for I can see in the dark.
Oh yeah, I can see in the dark.
Ooh, really now?
Oh yeah, I'm a cat.
And see through the souls of men and women.
Jesus.
Yes.
I say in Delight's voice.
Yes. Yes. Indeed he can. But what happens when the cat sees this? She pulls out a ball of yarn and tosses it.
Oh no. You just had that in your back pocket, ball yarn. Under my equipment, you know.
Oh, my
Wait, you toss a ball of yarn at me?
Yeah.
I take out my rapier and I poke it in midair and just kind of stick it to the end of it, and then I bring it to myself. I take it off at the end of my rapier and I stick it in my pack because that's mine now.
I was hoping that you was gonna be all cutie and play with it like a little cat.
Maybe later.
And
That's
while you're setting up camp and playing music and such, give me an initiative roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Bran has a 13.
All right, let me get over here with a sheet of paper. Excuse me, I've been slothful on that. Okay. 13. What does Empty Cup have?
11.
11. Okay. Dagger.
Dagger's got a 16 plus 3, 19.
Okay.
And I got a 16 on the nose.
Okay. 16 on the nose. And let me see what these fun fellows will get. Ooh. Let me see here. All right. What modifiers? And okay. And they got themselves a 13. So, all right. This is Dagger. That is Delight. This is Empty Cup. You have what? 11?
Oh, 11, yeah.
Okay,
If
brand.
it's a tie, my dexterity is 16.
Say what?
Tell me if it's a tie for something, but yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's not for you.
Okay.
It's okay. And let's see here, and that's empty cup. All right. And with that dagger, you will notice that there is a, let me see here, a beast that looks, I don't know, I probably can't do that. I'll probably have to stop sharing there. And I don't know if I want to do that as far as that. So, oh, I can do it here. Okay. I want, and can I do it this way? And yes, maybe. Wrong one. No, wrong one. Let's go back one. Why is that? Oh, that's why. That was last year. Last year's monster. We have a new and improved one.
Still trying to figure out how to do this picture thing, and I can't do it.
Well, let me help you out here.
Over in the chat is a picture of about what you might see.
Oh, in on Facebook or Zoom?
Over on Zoom.
I did not see said picture.
Oh, why did it go just? Okay, I know why.
Yeah, it's all good.
I thought I had it to everyone, but
Just out of curiosity,
Oh yeah, that was just to me.
yeah, for Dagger's picture, are you using a phone or are you using a computer?
I'm on the computer.
Are you using the browser or are you using the program?
The app, yeah, the program.
The program, okay. So in the lower left-hand corner, it says mute, where there's like a mic image. Yes. You see upper right-hand corner of that, there's a little arrow that points up.
Yes.
Left click it.
Okay, left click the arrow.
Yep.
Okay.
And then when you do that, there's a menu that pops up, and one of the options is audio settings.
Okay.
Left click it.
Yep.
It should pop up a separate window. Do you see that?
I do.
On the left side of that window, there's profile. Left click that.
So you know I don't have profile. I may not be logged in.
I had the same problem.
Yeah, you need to be logged in for it to work then.
yeah.
Yes, correct.
Got it. Is there any way for me to log in while in this meeting, or would I have to like log out?
You would have to log out and then log back in again.
Okay, then I'm not worried about it.
Oh, and here's the picture Charles was looking. So you want me to download it, huh? Sure.
Well, it was easier than dropping.
All right, I'll download your virus.
Let's take a look here.
That's not a virus.
No.
I hope.
Oh no.
Oh, I know
No,
what
it
that
didn't
is.
download it at all. Oh, there we go.
As you can tell, I'm playing a gender fluid Tiflin.
There we
Quite.
go.
I've noticed.
But you'll Dagger, you'll notice about 40 feet away, 4 of these coming out from the basic wood. They're
Oh no, the most monstrous creatures of all time.
Gotcha. So I will alert my party to the appearance of these.
okay.
Exactly what are they? Goblins?
No, they're kind of. If you look at the picture, they're kind of like lizard type
Lizard peoples.
people.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I know what they are, but I don't know if my character knows what they are. I guess if I know what they are.
Well, you can give me a nature roll for your characters and see how well
Sure. Why not?
as far as that.
I got a 15. I have no bonus on nature.
Okay, yeah, you ran across them. They're somewhat common around, so
Got it.
maybe not certain varieties, but the general you would know.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know those as kobold.
Yep.
So I alert my party that I see 4 kobold headed our way.
Okay.
I mean, from my personal knowledge, I know them to be aggressors.
Ah, the serpent of the worm.
Yeah. And I did tell you they were 40 feet out.
Ah. Let us just ready ourselves then.
Yeah, I was gonna say I will basically just ready my rapier and short sword.
Yeah,
Okay.
I ready my rapier and
Hold
my.
on, wait your turn.
Okay, cool.
As far as and yours is next. I just want to make sure I get done with daggers. All.
Yeah, and actually, let me see here because I am. So with my first action, yeah, I will ready my weapons, and then with my second, I will roll stealth and hide.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Okay, plus say 17 with bonus.
Okay. Let's see here. Do they give them passive on this? Nope, they don't. Oh yeah, they do. Okay. All right. They don't see. DuLin, you're up.
So they are 40 feet away from me, yeah?
Yeah, from your party.
Okay, I move 10 feet closer. So I'm now 30 feet.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And then I go target 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. I bite my finger and strum it onto my lute and spraying it towards the 3 kobolds. And I wish to cast on them Bane. You are going to be baned. Bane.
Bane.
Type thing. And yeah, so they need to the creature choose 3 creatures within range must make a charisma saving throw. All right, my DC is a 13 because I have a DC 13. I'm not that high level yet, but yeah, DC 13.
All right. Let me see here. And okay. None of them make it.
All right. So whenever they make an attack or make a spell attack, you have to roll D4 and subtract that from your D20.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. So it does say attack, not just spell. Okay. Alrighty. Anything else?
No, that is my bonus action. Yeah. Bonus action.
Bane,
I can't.
Bane's an action.
Bane is action, yeah. Yeah, that's it really.
Okay.
I draw my short. Basically, I just draw my rapier,
Oh.
and
Okay.
I still got some movement left, yeah. Because I only moved 10 feet, so I move the extra feet backwards.
Okay.
So moving back. In other words, we move 10 foot.
You
Move 10 feet.
10 foot forward, 10 foot back, and then another 10 foot for you, the remaining 20, because I think your movement's 30, right?
Yes, correct, yeah.
Okay.
So in other words, I moved forward 10 feet to do the spell, and then moved backwards, right at the back.
Yeah, like that. Bran.
So basically, Bran is going to draw his two-handed sword, balance it essentially on his shoulder, so
Okay.
so he has one hand free.
All right.
He wants to make sure that he's sort of in front of the group. So if I need to move a little bit, I will move a little bit.
Okay.
And a dark orb comes out of Bran's finger towards one of the creatures. I rolled a 18 to hit.
Well, I kind of believe that probably will hit. Let me validate. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Whoever it was takes three points of damage.
All right.
Force.
All right. Okay. That's fine. And they're up. As far as that now, let me see here. All right. And there we go. And you're going to see that they have this pot, clay pot, that in their hand, and they're going to move up 20 feet, and they're going to go ahead and throw, let's see here, one at Dagger.
I'm hidden.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. One at D, one at Bran, one at Empty Cup, and there's one that's left over. Let me see here. I'll roll a D6. Let's get that out of there. And one, two would be D, 3, 4, Bran, 5, 6, Empty Cup. Oh, Empty Cup gets the extra one.
Sorry, Cup.
Maybe lucky or not.
Sure. We'll see what happens.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe they're healing us, and I got lucky.
Maybe.
Let's see here.
Throwing these healing potions at us, like
Okay.
we're your friends. See?
Yeah,
That's,
just a bunch of benevolent kobolds.
That pot misses D. The other one misses Brand. One of them misses Empty Cup. And what is Empty Cup's armor class?
14.
What?
14.
14? Okay. You get hit with this clay pot. And it breaks as soon as it hits you. And let's see here. And you're and shatters, and these worms emerge all over on top of you. And where the heck?
See, they are throwing food at me.
Yes. Let's see here. I got to find their damage though.
They look delicious.
By this. Let's see. Index. Yeah. Oh, no, I thought they'd have that with them, but come on, you dirty buzzard. It says, excuse me for being so flubble-jubbed. Appendix A. Okay.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to use the bathroom. I'll be back in like a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. There we go.
Sorry, what did you ask me to do, Charles?
Nothing yet. I was trying to locate where they had that with the
Stuff and things.
monster.
Fair.
I'll take a little bio break myself.
Yeah, go right ahead. And because I'm trying to get down to Swarm. Why didn't? Oh, okay. I was going the wrong way. So, okay.
I'm back.
Okay. Roll me a Isaac. Roll me a D4.
All right. 1.
Okay. You have one of these worms is burrowing into you and doing. Get back up here. Take that. D6. Roll it. 2 points of damage. All right, I need to bring that up so my sight can see it a wee bit better. But and the other ones are moving around on your feathers and cloak and such, but the one that's found a purchase.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just real quick to describe this, the first jar is thrown and I just kind of duck under it. The second jar is also thrown from the other side and I see it coming and I'm about to block it. And then I look at the food that I'm literally sitting in front of and quickly put a lid on it and it just hits and splatters over me.
Okay. All righty. And and that's that. And it's your go.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get these worms off of me, in particular the one that's burrowing. So is that an attack roll, a special action, something else? And by get it off, what I mean is tear it out and wipe them off.
You're having a hard time getting it out. You can't. I'm trying to see.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what's fair here with it because they're not.
Yeah, it's whatever works.
No, they're not being overly clear with it. First edition with this monster is better on dealing. Give me. What I'll do is give me an attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
At just straight up attack roll. You can use your dex at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
I'm going to modify this on the run a little bit, make it where I'm.
All right.
Make it
Yeah,
make
seems pretty reasonable to me. So I guess for my first attack, I'll just do, yeah, an unarmed strike. I'm
Okay.
not trying to use any weapon to tear him out, so. 11?
You grabbed the hold of it.
All right. So I'll just say that was my beak, like the one that started.
All right.
I'm just gonna eat it.
Well, you're finding a problem with that.
Yeah.
You hit it, but it hasn't totally come out.
So I kind of tear at it.
Yeah, you got part of it. You got a little bit of dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want an enemy, so I'm gonna make a second attack. Or wait, nope. Yes, I'm still gonna use a second attack, second unarmed strike as a bonus action.
And you do have a bunch of others. Let me see here.
Yeah.
Let me see how many others in this swarm. 9. There's 9 others,
Okay. Well,
but they're just laying.
right. I think probably then, I've done some damage or done some work on the one that has been burrowing into me. I think that one at the very least won't burrow any deeper. So I don't want any of these other ones to possibly get purchase. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of like whip my cloak off of any of the ones on there and just quickly use it to, wipe off or whip off anything else that's on me that's still in my feathers and stuff.
For just give me an acrobatics check.
Perfect.
And it's not for anything other to give me an idea of how flamboyant you can get with doing that.
How about 20?
As flamboyant as you want to make it.
Yeah. And it's like this. It's like, so this thing hits a cover, hits me, and then I just immediately see that beak down, bite it, and then flip off and wipe this stuff off, like just like all at the same time. And then I will use half my movement to stand up.
Okay.
And the rest of my movement, I'm just going to kind of throw the jacket away from anybody, anything, the food, and anybody in particular. And just kind of say in the old man's voice, I say, "You made the wrong move," and that's my turn.
Okay.
A note of interest, Cup, is that you don't take half your move standing up. You take 15 feet standing up. For you, that's a big difference.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, well, double check, but sure, I'll take it. It doesn't. In the end, it doesn't matter because I still need to use my action to get this stuff off and a bonus action to bite into this thing. So I don't have any other actions to do.
But standing up is only 15 feet.
All right, fair enough.
Which for most characters,
is half, right? Yeah.
Half.
But for him, it's.
But for me, it's less than that. Yep.
But just, I think that was just a disconnect that's there. Not that it was a kill point yet.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure that's my turn.
Yeah, and Dagger.
Alrighty then. So I'm gonna go ahead and
they're within 20 feet of y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. So they're all it's called Bane, right? Yeah, they have.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Okay. I would like to let's see. Yeah, so you said they're about 20 feet. So yeah, I'd like to kind of like run up behind one of them. I have a 30-foot move. And I guess, coming from a hiding stealth full position, I feel like I should be able to get the drop on him, right?
I'll let you. Yeah.
Excellent. I would like to attack the one that was not affected by Bane, if I know which one that is.
Well, that was what I was going to say. Tell me how you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, since I don't know, I will just attack the one that is essentially the closest.
Roll me, what I'll do to be fair with it, roll me a D4.
Okay, I will roll a d4. I got a 4.
Okay. At least I know which one you're attacking, and that
Okay,
will help with the situations.
fantastic. Let's see. So I'm wielding my rapier and short sword. I will. Let's see. I will just attack with my rapier.
Okay.
And let's see, that is 18 plus.
That's a hit.
Okay. So that's 1d8. So it's a 3 plus 3, so 6 damage on that.
Okay.
And then I would like to use. Is there anything nearby to hide behind?
I'll say
Cart,
yeah.
horse, trees, grass.
Yeah, there's some.
Are there trees? Because I have a climbing speed.
Yeah, there's not quite in the trees where this is going on. It's out in front of it, but there's some ground shrubs like juniper bushes or such that and tall grass that are there.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to use my second action to make a stealth check and hide.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, that's a 19 on the roll plus 7, so 26 to stealth.
Okay, you think that you're pretty stealthy
Fantastic.
as far as that. The light.
So bonus action first.
Okay,
Okay.
you saw this pot come towards you. It missed you. It broke when it hit the ground, and you see these worms.
Okay. I move away. I move 30 feet backwards, away from the worms.
Okay.
And I look at Brian, and I say, "Go on, Brian, swipe them down with your mighty sword of steel, and chop their heads off, and ram it where the sun doesn't shine. Oh, do this for me, my brave Sir Knight."
Oh,
And I give him bardic inspiration as a
All right.
bonus action. And then my main action is, which one is the closest cobalt to me?
they're all about the same distance from you. They're about 50 feet from you.
I target the nearest one, and I look at him with disgust and unpleasantness at him, and I'll say to him, "Oh, look at you, the runt of the family, the little shrivel, the little tiny little maggot who thinks he can be the big cheese of all these little kobolds." And I do vicious mockery on him. Yeah. So that is I think, a wisdom saving throw of 13.
All right. Let's see here. Get that out.
Yes.
He fails.
All right, so I do 1d4 psychic damage to him. So I do 1. Hey,
Right.
it all counts. It all counts.
It adds up.
And basically, he has now disadvantage on attack rolls. That kobold.
Yeah, the next attack roll is disadvantage.
Yep. And that's all I can do.
All right. And then from there that was the brand.
So at this point, Bran is going to use his bonus action. He is going to look at, is there a bigger one than the other ones?
No, they're all looking about the same.
Okay, then he will pick one.
Okay.
And he will say, he'll give him the evil eye, putting a curse on him. He's going to close the distance, and he's going to attack with his sword.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
Okay.
And that's just so I know which one you're attacking. As far as
Number 2.
okay.
So
Okay.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay, that hits.
And I do 12 points of damage.
Ooh, that boy squealing. You hear him just crying and such. You see him bleeding profusely. And then from there, he'll pick up a pot off the side.
I didn't kill him?
No.
Wow.
Let's see here.
Kobolds, man. Sorry, I mean lizard folk.
Yes. Do I want to do that? No. He'll. Man, that's just too mean. He'll pick up a pot and he's gonna throw it at you from the side. Let's see if he'll hit.
One thing before you roll is because this is a missile weapon, and am within 5 feet.
Yep.
Is it disadvantage?
It may be. Let's see here. It may be. And he misses you. And it breaks on the ground next to you. And you see it sizzling and smoke coming on up. So let's see here. That's this one. That one. And then one will, let's see here. I got 3 others. So I'll put that right there and I'll roll it. The first one out of this, miss, and miss on all of them. That is no doubt. And they're throwing pots at you. Dagger, you see a pot come by you, it breaks on the ground, and you see it kind of sizzle. Let's see here. Delight, the same thing, and empty cup, same thing. So from there, it's empty cup. What are you doing?
All right. Well, I see that there are 4 of them still standing.
Yep.
One
One does not look good.
Yeah. Does the one next to Bran have another one of those jars on them?
You'll notice that they seem to have several of those clay pots hanging off their belt and off on their like a vest.
Okay. What I would like to try to do is I'm going to move up to that one. Which how far are they away?
They were 20 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Bran and Dagger are the only ones that are within melee.
Okay, yeah. So I'll move next to the one that's next to Bran.
Okay.
And my plan is to strike this one, and when it drops, take one of those jars off of it before it breaks.
Okay.
As my object interaction. So I'm going to start with the unarmed strike against this one.
Okay.
I'm going to assume no flanking.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Ugh, it's terrible. Does a 10 hit?
A 10? No.
Okay. Then I will spend my bonus action to attack it again.
Okay.
So I go for a kind of a left-handed hook, not quite a haymaker, but a quick hook, and then I'm gonna move to a kick, just like a quick snap front kick. See if I can punt this thing. 19 hit.
Yes.
All right. Does 6 bludgeoning damage drop it?
No, it's damaged. It's almost as bad as the other one by it that's pumping blood like a fountain.
The other one that Bran was attacking, or?
Yes.
Oh, I was attacking the one Bran was attacking.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Then that one drops.
Okay. So as it falls, I'm going to try to grab either it or one of the clay pots or both off of it.
All right. Give me... And
Acrobatics, sleight of hand. I'll take
Acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Dexterity.
Yep. 25.
Okay. I'll let you have your choice. You grab it, or do you grab the pot, or a pot?
I'll grab one of the pots. I'll let the worms do their work on his body.
Okay.
The rest of them. And then I will spend a key point to throw this pot at one of the other kobolds.
Okay. Roll me a D4, so I know which one.
All right.
As far as hit points, so I know where I'm.
Right. Whatever number 1 is.
Okay, number 1. Okay.
Probably the closest one, like if I was.
They're all.
So my character grabs it, looks at the next closest
Next
one,
in
throws
line,
it
yeah.
out. Yeah.
They're basically kind of half moon. They're about equidistant from most of it.
Okay.
More or less, not exactly, but
Is this a strength attack roll or a dex attack roll? I'm assuming it's improvised.
it would be a strength,
All right.
unless you have a monk ability that you don't feature.
Can't you
The
roll
only
your
weirdness is
athletics?
if it would count as a monk weapon, in that it would be a simple melee weapon. So obviously not.
Okay. Just putting a qualifier out there so you know what to deal with.
Yep. 16 is my attack roll.
It hits.
All right. That's what I do, is I throw the pot and I hit it with its own pot.
All right. And let's see here. Roll me. Well, I'll do what I do on that. And it,
I'm going to roll a d4 for you.
no, this does different damage
Oh, okay.
as far as that, and I'll take
This was the healing potion one.
the
they
healing
had.
potion. No,
I'm just kidding.
It turns out they did have one.
They did have one.
it drops, but you see that it seems to be almost like melting, burning away.
The kobold?
It
Yeah.
kills the kobold entirely?
Yeah.
Okay, gosh.
Oh boy. Nice. I'm glad I didn't throw that
Because
one.
you did that
Yeah.
you threw and hit that on number 1, right?
Yeah, number 1. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So there's only 2 that are left.
Yeah, and I'll say, and that's how you do it.
Okay.
In this old man's voice. That's my turn.
Up to the top, Dagger.
Fantastic. So Dagger is going to lunge from his hidden place in the bushes and is going to attack. Well, let's see. There's neither one of the other 2 have been hurt yet, have they?
Yeah.
So.
There's the one's hurt, the one that you hurt before.
Oh, okay. So that one. Okay, then I will come back out to finish that one. And so I will get him with my rapier again. And that's going to be a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And that's 8. crap. That's a 5 on the rapier damage. And what I forgot on my last turn, sneak attack will qualify because he doesn't know I'm there, and there's also one of my allies within 5 feet anyway. So sneak attack does another 5 damage to that. So you're looking at a total of 12.
All right. It drops and falls since you're not trying to stop it. And you see some of the clay pots break open, and you see some worms coming on out, but then you see it starting to melt the worms and
So the acid's melting the worms, kind of canceling each other out.
yeah, and the kobold. And something I forgot to do. Was it last round? But I fucked up, so it's on me. All right. Unless
All right.
did I stop you from Dagger? Did I stop you from?
Yeah, hang on. I got one more action. I'm going to use that action to just basically retreat behind. Who's Bran? Actually, yeah, he's our paladin, right? I'm gonna use my other action there just to kind of position myself
All right.
around, behind him ish.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So bonus action first. She looks at empty cup and says, "Oh, once there was an ugly duckling, but then this ugly duckling became a beautiful swan who dances and prances like the martial art he is, that the great monk he is." And I give empty cup a bardic inspiration.
Right.
All right.
All right.
And then I shall look at look at the same cobalt, and I say, see, you cannot hit me. Aha, you are a fat-fingered, hopeless little worm. Go back to your mother and tell her how badly you are. So we should do vicious mockery at him.
I would say your face is only one a mother could love, but even that isn't true. Oh,
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Got him, coach.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right. So he has to do a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. And
brutal.
let me check. He might pass that one.
Uh-oh.
I do no damage then. Oh well.
Now, what's your DC?
My DC is 13.
All right, it fails.
Oh, all right, cool. I do what? All right, D4 psychic damage. Here I go.
At this point, the kobold's like, "Ha! Joke's on you. I don't have a mom."
Oh.
And then takes the psychic damage.
It came from an egg. I don't know which hatchling.
That's right.
It takes 2.
All right.
And then movement. I wish to move 30 feet in another direction.
What direction? I need to know.
Left.
You still going backwards?
No, I go to the right, like 30 feet to the
All
right.
right. All right. All righty. And Bran, there's one standing that looks like it a little bit scratched.
Well, then I will certainly approach it with a bonus action. I'm going to point my little finger and curse it, and I'm going to swing with my big sword.
All right.
Roll the 19 and a +4, so that's definitely a hit.
You miss.
With a 23?
You missed.
Okay.
Now, are you befuddled?
What does that mean? Well, I'm curious.
Are you confused? You hit.
Oh.
Hey, you're killing my monsters. Give me a little bit of joy.
Little DM humor there.
Oh no.
All right.
So what?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do 9 points of damage with this big sword.
Okay. Alrighty. And he's still standing. Doing
Okay.
anything else?
Oof.
No, I'm going to stay in his face.
All right. He's going to go ahead and take a pot, take it off, and he is going to throw it at you.
Again, if he's within
Yeah.
5 feet.
Ooh, damn. I don't know if he'll hit though with that, because that's a +4. So that would be,
Is he Bane?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes he is. So that offset. So okay, then he misses. He might. He had a chance to hit you if it wasn't for the Bane. Good. Thanks for reminding me.
That's all right.
And down on the ground goes the pot by your leg, and you see it break open and fume on up. And oh, I got to take that, and before I forget it,
Nice.
I did last time. Ooh, take 6 points of damage, empty cup. As far as that, you're feeling something chewing and biting at the shoulder where you snapped at it and pulled part of it. As far as that, that did that, and you're up.
Bran, does Bran notice this?
Probably not.
Okay.
Empty cup, you there?
Yep, I'm here. What's up?
You took 6 points of damage. You felt a gnawing in your shoulder area, we'll say, where that one took purchase that you went and tore part of it out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your turn.
Oh, I see. Hmm.
And you have got bardic inspiration from me.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I kind of feel that, and
You're feeling it move around, so you know what.
right, yeah. Hmm. So it looks like the fight is generally going our way in the sense that we managed to take down most of these guys, if not all of them completely.
Yeah, there's just one that's standing, and he looking
Pretty hurt, yeah. So Empty Cup is actually not going to worry about him for the moment, and instead is going to determine the nature of these worms and figure out, like, basically what Emptying Cup is thinking he might have to do is to burn it out.
Give me
But he wants to figure out kind of like what would happen if he did that. So
give me either a nature or a arcana check.
would survival be appropriate, or you think nature better?
I think nature better because you're looking for the nature of
the creature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It makes sense. 16.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of remembering that there was a worm there that could only really be dispatched with fire.
Well, you would know about worms.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, like, oh, I've cooked lots of worms. Oh, it's this kind. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And so what I'll do is I'll go
And
over
I'll
to
give
the
you, and I'll go ahead along with that. I'll give you the name Rock Grub.
rat grab. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the pot that I closed the lid on. I'm going to pull out the ladle that has been getting hot being in the soup and over the fire, and just kind of jab it at my hand, at my shoulder to try to burn this thing out of it.
All right. Give me, roll a d4.
All right. 4.
You take 4 points of damage,
Sounds about right.
but it's dead, and
I'll kind of,
not
yeah.
burning. You smell. You guys smell some singed feathers. Smell.
Yeah, not a great smell there. A little waxy. And you hear kind of this. There is this kind of sound of pain, but it's not like somebody else's voice. Really, it's just kind of this like sound. But it's not that loud. It's just kind of like.
Yeah.
And that is that. I will use a key point for a bonus action of patient defense. So I basically just burn this, and then if anything goes to attack me, I'm just going to whack it with the ladle to knock it away.
Okay. No problem. Dagger.
Oh.
Top of the order.
All right. So we have one left, and he's already injured, right?
Oh yeah, he's looking rough.
Okay. Yeah, he's not doing good. So I am going to approach this last kobold, and I'm just going to put an end to his suffering. So I'd like to attack him with, both my rapier and short sword, just to make sure we do the job right. And let's see here. Rapier's going to, not great, 8.
And 8 misses.
And short sword as 20, dirty 20.
All right, that hits.
Okay.
Do damage.
And damage is 2. And this particular kobold was not engaged with me previously, was he?
No.
No, so we'll sneak attack him too.
You got sneak attack because you got Bran that's in melee with him.
Right. Yeah, so we'll sneak attack him as well, and that's going to be another 3. So that's going to be 8 to hit, or 8 to damage.
All right. It drops, falls on the ground. Its pots break open, and you see from this one that there's a greenish substance.
Oh.
Starts covering it.
When
and let me see here.
Yeah.
Let's see how I want to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it covers this. As soon as the pot breaks, it covers the whole body in a 5-foot area that this kobold's on in. It seems like it's feasting upon it, the worms, and it doesn't seem like what you would surmise being acid is bothering it.
Can I tell that this is like, maybe that green slime we'd been talking about previously?
You would have a high probability of thinking that.
When I see that, I alert the rest of the party to what I'm seeing.
Do we have a vial or a empty pot?
I just checked my inventory. I don't, but I was actually going to suggest the same thing.
All the clay pots have been broken.
Right.
between them throwing and mauling and
We got an empty cup. He's right there.
huh,
Shut up, demon. This is serious.
but you're out of a niche basically.
Use pull some of the maybe there's a wood in the fire.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm going to say again, unless we have some place to put it, I need to try and kill this thing.
Fine. I go up to empty cup, and I lay my hand upon his back, and my hand glows purple with a bright purple, and I say, "Heal, my friend. Heal, my friend. Take a good rest, and feel the powers of the bard." And I'm going to do cure wounds on him.
All right. Keep track of your spells.
Yeah. So it's 1d8 plus my charisma.
All right.
So you heal 3 plus my charisma. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points of healing.
All right.
So empty cup, you get 8 points of healing back from me.
I feel great.
And Bran, how are you trying to kill this?
Well, we were told that fire seems to kill it. So pull some of the wood out of the burning fire that we got,
Okay.
or I'll even light a torch if I need to, and apply fire.
Does anybody have any active fire? I definitely have tools to make it.
No, we were cooking, so
Okay.
we have a fire.
Well, then to that, just to make sure that we have a high probability of destroying this thing with fire, I actually have 2 flasks of oil. I would like to take one out and pour it all over this slime.
All right. That's easy enough to do. It's been busy eating the lizard guy, aka kobold.
Just for reference, this says if lit, the oil burns for 2 rounds and deals 5 fire damage to any creature.
That's fine. You guys will be able to destroy it. You're taking some actions that are sensible and goes along with its weaknesses. So
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's what we were told. So
yep.
Somebody gonna get that stick of fire?
yeah, I got it.
Okay. Throw it on there.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's done. It's burning.
Yeah, it's done. It's burning, and like that, you can consider that threat off the table.
Excellent.
And then we hear a mighty squeal from the fire as it burns.
No, not quite.
Ah, for my fun.
Well, the sucker was dead.
It's burned
I mean,
while
he
dead.
was- he was
squeals.
he was
It's a
pretty
corpse.
much he was pretty much dead when he was killed.
Dagger pulls out that ball of yarn and starts squeezing it like a stress ball.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
and I take my water skin from my pack, just kind of left off to the side, wash the ladle with it, and say, so, can I open the lid of the food and smell? Who's up for some late night dinner?
I squeeze my stress ball harder.
Yeah.
Yes, let's eat and discuss the watches. And now we actually have a decision that we need to make. Because we might be able to track these creatures to see where they came from, or we can continue down the road to see if we can find the lost caravan.
That's true. Now, this area that we're in, though, isn't it kind of known for like high levels of thievery and
Yes, this is the area that they're having problems with.
Highway banditry. Okay, so that would be a plausible thing or thing we should probably do to help with that.
Essentially,
knows?
part of our job.
Right. No, that's fair.
Who knows? These lizard things might even have like a little campsite or a little place of their own, not far from here.
Yes.
A base of operations.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can pick up on a trail?
That might be survival.
You can do a survival at disadvantage
Survival at disadvantage. All right, I'll take that.
because it's at night. Even though you got dark vision, it's only shades of gray, and some things may not be noticed as well.
Okay. Do that. See if I can find anything. Oh, that's a decent roll. Heck yeah, 19 and 16. So 16 plus survival, you said?
Yes.
So 18, even at disadvantage. All right.
All right. Yeah, it looks like possibly you see some of the grass that's pushed on down. That looks like it took on part of the three-toed claw print of these lizard folk, kind of heading up into the woods.
Right, so I can see kind of maybe just like a general direction of travel. Yep. Okay. I relay that to my team, that I think I can kind of see the direction that they kind of came from.
Okay.
And invite them to give their input as to whether or not we should pursue.
Ultimately, during the nighttime, I would think it would be much harder to track, and number two, it would be much easier to ambush us.
Absolutely, especially when we don't know where we are.
So my advice is to stay put.
Let's do that then.
Well, there's two other people here.
Honestly, it's probably the smartest. I mean, I'm down with it.
Delight.
I just play the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Yes, you called. What do you wish from me? Do you wish for me to delight you in many ways of the flesh?
I just was asking you guys, what do you think about standing pat for the night and then making a decision tomorrow?
That sounds like a good idea. A nice long rest to regain the powers of my dark magics. Ooh, wiggles, I think. Perhaps I might summon a succubus for you, great noble man. I know many succubus in the realms of the demons where I am from.
So you're a
Maybe.
Oh.
I could be anything you want me to.
He's a bit.
For I am a devil. I am a little tiefling. I'm a demon.
All right. Empty cup.
Yeah, Empty Cup says, seems to be considering things. And then you realize that his consideration was merely which quote he wanted to use.
All right.
And he says, do you have the patience to wait until the mud settles and the water is clear?
Ooh.
Very well.
I think the bird's on the fence.
Yes.
So, we were starting to discuss watches. I don't see it nighttime, so if I take a watch, it should be early morning.
I see it nighttime, so I would. Is it already dark? I mean,
Yeah, it's dark. It's gotten dark enough where it's not dim light.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd be happy to watch overnight.
Okay.
Emptying Cup will say, while the fire burns, perhaps I should take first watch then.
Yeah, I was gonna say me doing it in like the middle of the night's the best because that's usually when I run around and make a lot of noise.
And knock things off tables, I presume.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
I may or
You
may
like-
not like walk on your face.
oh, a man that likes to crush things. Oh, how kinky.
You know,
All right, well, so I'm taking first watch, and by taking first watch, what I mean is after that statement, I just immediately start meditating so I can stop thinking about it.
All right.
since he does that, I would spin around in a few circles and curl up like a cat would next to the fire.
Okay.
Delilah sort of like sits down near the fire and and
Pet the
falls
cat.
asleep. Yeah, so she falls asleep.
All right. You sleeping in your armor?
I don't wear armor.
Okay.
Basically, I wear like leather padded.
All right. No, leather armor you can and it doesn't cause problems.
Yeah, same thing. I have like light leather armor.
Okay.
I'm assuming the chainmail is a problem.
It can be.
So then I will remove my chain.
Okay. As far as that, but you'll go through a night's sleep and such, and nothing will happen on that, and you'll gain the benefit of a short rest.
Wonderful.
You mean a short? Oh, right, that's right. Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean exactly what I said.
Yep.
That's why I alluded to watching your spell slots.
Yep. So while I'm on watch, assuming nothing else happens, just to kind of describe what my character is doing while I'm on watch.
Okay.
I'm kind of letting the fire just put itself out, watching, make sure it doesn't burn anything weirdly, but I'm letting it, I'm not keeping it up. I'm just going to let it run until it's out, and then I'll probably wake up the next person.
Okay.
But while I'm waiting, I'm going to basically check some of the clothes, like the robe that got these worms on them, and maybe some of the other like ropes and other things to make sure nothing got sabotaged or was damaged.
Well, your robe and your equipment seems fine.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, and I'm just checking up on those things, and then if I don't find anything, I'll just open my book, and as soon as I can't read in it, that means that it's dark enough that I need the next person to go away.
I don't mind going next.
So,
and ultimately, with both Empty Cup, Delilah, and Dagger, y'all notice that Bran does not sleep well.
Delilah sort of says, "What is the matter, mate?"
No, he's sleeping, but he's mumbling, he's turning, he's tossing, and he just does not sleep well.
It's just like he has a nightmare.
Yes.
Is the way to meta it out.
Okay.
if you want to wake him up and be like, "Hey, are you okay?" and then he goes back to sleeping. "Hey, are you okay?" Please no, stop it.
Yeah,
No.
it's basically a flashback.
Yeah, during Dagger's watch, he usually hangs out in the trees above the camp, and yeah, he saw him mumbling. And
So what I like to do is get out my scholar kit, which is like papers and pens. Well, paper and is it a feather pen? I think it is for a scholar.
Okay.
Scholarly kit, like
like a stationary kit.
yeah, basically.
A scribe
Basically,
kit.
scribes kit. That's what I thought.
Yeah, scribes kit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I pull out some rolls of paper, and I'm going to cast. I'm going to spend one slot today, and I'm going to create a illusionary script.
How many slots you have?
Are you talking about before our rest or after?
After this.
Okay.
Because
Is it a ritual to do illusory script?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a ritual.
Because remember the rest rules out in the wilderness are different than in town.
That's fine. It's a ritual anyway.
No, I'm just trying to be fair and keep that forward on our spellcasters and anybody else that may pertain to it.
Spellcasting is not my thing, so.
No, I'm just. It's not. It matters
No, I know.
little to some and greater
Just
to
joking.
others. But as far as that, so okay, that's what you're doing. You're casting what now?
Yeah, what's this
I'm-
ritual?
I am doing ritual of illusionary script. Basically, I've like got out the pedestal, my the inks and the papers or whatever you call them, and basically I am creating an illusionary script, a text that is going to be quite cool. Of the of deceit and lies and trickery. Dear, what was that dwarf's name again?
Cyrus?
What was it?
Cyrus?
Yeah, dear Cyrus, it is I, the captain of the guards, letting you know that I have decided to go forth and meet up with the orcs nearby. At a dislocation, distant location, to inbreed with them to make better and more powerful men for my stationary. So basically, I am forging a fake.
What is wrong with these bards?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to do.
I'm down. I want to see.
Apparently, from what I've picked up, he planted the idea that the captain of the guard is
well,
in
he
league with the orders.
thinks he has.
Well, anyway,
yeah.
And then he's going to forge this letter that says something like that.
As proof.
Okay.
As proof.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So
that's
basically,
what I'm trying to grasp on.
All in due time.
As far as that.
Basically, I want to write this letter saying that this captain of the guards has made allies with orcs that live nearby, has agreed to marry a female orc by the name of Skull Crusher, to inbreed with her, to have offsprings, to have more powerful and more mightier guards for his posts in the far future.
Fair enough.
And basically, I'm forging this fake sort of rumor and lies about.
It's going to be a bard thing. Okay.
Yeah.
About
I don't know if they're all the same.
But mark down that this is day one.
Cool. All right, but and I want to give it a little wax of approval, some sort of illusionary sort of emblem seal or something. Yeah.
All right, you can.
To make it look really official.
You can make it look with the illusion, you can make it look basically in the fashion that you want. We'll have to worry about that when and if someone reads it.
No, I roll it up.
But
Yeah.
just mark down 1 day so far. You'll have to keep track of the days because it's only good for 10 days.
All right, cool. I wish to roll it up, and basically I wish to hide it within my coat somewhere, and that'd be it. That's what I will like to do.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And each will hold it there because it's close to the end hour there. And each of you will get an XP. I'll give each of you an inspiration to put on your books. So if you don't have 5 of them, you can add it up. Our limit here, because I know Dagger hasn't played with us before, that you can maintain a max of 5 inspirations, and you can use them in different ways.
Yeah, I think you had mentioned that 5 of them could constitute a level up.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Was it a level up or an XP?
Oh, it's actually an XP, not a level up.
Okay.
I got twisted with, and at this level, it kind of almost is, but I got twisted with.
Oh, we had another
about it
hour.
somewhat.
Are we done?
I'm okay to keep playing.
Well, we got David there that's in the UK. I don't want to push him.
Yeah. Besides, I got work tomorrow as well. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm keeping eye on this, and we'll like that, and I'll put the next notice on up for the next step. You have these, and look at the XP chart back on the UAG site, and you'll know how it goes. And if you level on up appropriately, as far as that, and hopefully y'all have enjoyed the game.
Absolutely.
I apologize for the shenanigans that you have to deal with.
Well,
No, basically, I'm trying to